It's like they see an internet trend, and I think that like right now there's this internet trend, oh, the fucking manosphere, blah, 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 blah. And I think I see guys who you were very generous to, like you let your platform, your millions of followers, the biggest show on the planet, help them make tons of money, help them really have success, build their own platforms. And now they see like an internet trend about like the manosphere or whatever. And I see guys like trying to create a little separation. I see all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you use this guy to make millions of dollars and get all these fans. And now you see online outrage and you're like, oh no, that's them. That's not me. It's like, you had no problem being part of the Avengers. You know what I mean? You had no problem being in the photos. You had no problem before. And now you see a little shit going on. You separate. I feel like that's the moment you double down for your boy. That's the moment you go, I know that person. What people are saying about him isn't real. And you refute that. That's what I would do. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of cowards out there in the world.
It looks like the entire internet has been at war for the past couple of weeks, and stand-up comedy has turned into the Wild West. Many people have been complaining about how Joe Rogan has become too toxic, him and his people around him, and the whole scene in Austin, Texas. This is the same Joe Rogan who gave stage to so many comedians, helped them reach so many people, helped them make big money, and now these same people are turning against him. Many comedians who got their initial boost from Rogan had no problem with him over the years, but now somehow have found their moral compass and decided to take the right side, standing against the evil Rogan and distancing themselves from the so-called rogansphere. Luckily for Joe, Schulz is bravely standing behind him, and in every podcast he appears, he never misses a chance to bash his fellow comedians for being disloyal.
Joe Rogan was the way to make it for a 6 or 7 year stretch. It was like you went on Rogan. I saw it happen to me. Like going on Rogan, life changed immediately, right? And when that was the case, all these comics were real fucking quiet. Nobody said a peep. No one said, and if they disagreed with something, they were just silent. Now going on Rogan once isn't going to immediately change your career.
What's interesting here is how Schulz pointed out that these comics were fine staying quiet all these years when they know they were benefiting from Joe. But now that everyone is kind of turning on Joe, these same comedians are certainly trying to distance themselves. We all know that for the past couple of years, Rogan has been getting a ton of hate. It's not like when majority of people like him. These days being connected to Rogan can actually hurt your image because all of the hate he's getting. But the thing is, back in the day, going on the Joe Rogan experience could change a comedian's whole career. One episode can blow you up overnight, more followers, more sold out shows, basically helping you make it. He gave a lot of these comics their first big break, so now it feels kind of fake to see some of them acting like they barely know the guy, or staying quiet while others criticize him. And that's basically what Angel's getting at. All this distancing isn't really about morals or whatever, it's just about keeping their image clean and staying liked by the fans.
So then comics go, okay, well, I can't make it immediately off of Rogan. I can't make it immediately off Tony. I guess I'll sandbag these motherfuckers while, the internet is coming after them. I think that's what it is. I think it's purely, where is my salvation? And now they see their salvation as like, oh, I'm going to separate myself from the manosphere because there's so much criticism on the internet. It's like, no, that's the time where you should lean into the people who helped you. That's the time where you should be a good, solid friend. That's the time where you should refute fake narratives about someone who helped you when you offered nothing to him. All these people that went on Rogan, they offered nothing to Rogan. He literally gave them a platform, and the biggest platform on the planet, millions of people that can go come out to your shows. You made millions of dollars off this guy, and now you're going to fucking sandbag him, let other people come on your show to fucking talk shit about him? That is you don't want that motherfucker in a foxhole, put it that way.
There's no denying that Joe supported a ton of comedians and really helped shape the direction of the modern stand-up. But on the other hand, he is not an angel, he has his own mistakes, and everyone has the right to their own opinion on the matter. If someone wants to distance themselves from all of it, because it goes against their principles, then they should be free to do that. Schulz, however, doesn't think that way, and these comedians really do drive him crazy. If you were wondering which are these comedians that he hates so much that he keeps talking about, well, one of them that we know for sure is Andrew Santino, who has been close to Rogan for many years. He has been a guest on his podcast 11 times, and it seems the two of them have quite a close relationship. Joe has often said how much he values him, and even that he loves him. At the same time, in an episode of the Bad Friends podcast where Mark Maron was a guest, there are several moments where Mark Maron and Bobby Lee are making fun of Joe. Andrew, however, in no way stands up to the attacks. He doesn't try to defend Rogan, or at least stay quiet. Instead, he laughs along with them and tries to start some shit.
But yeah, me and who else?
Rogan.
Okay.
Who's that?
Joe
Rogan.
Joey.
Joseph Rogan?
Yeah, he's out of Texas.
Oh, Texas. Got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Got it.
Yeah. You love Austin, don't you?
He's running half the planet out of Texas.
Yeah.
He's got a tight hold on the enlightened meatheads.
Later in the episode, they ask Mark why he doesn't go on the Joe Rogan podcast. He replies that he doesn't need him, and also that it will be very hard for him to sit through the whole podcast because he and Joe have nothing to talk about. What's more interesting, however, is that right after that, Bobby Lee makes a pretty harsh joke, and once again, Andrew doesn't try to defend Joe in any way. He even makes the joke nastier, and everyone starts laughing mockingly.
People for a while were like, why don't you go on Joe's show? And my answer to that is like, why?
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 Right. Well,
And what-
it doesn't service you.
Well, no, I don't need him, and also there's no way for me to like. What am I going to talk to him about? And there's no way for me to sort of not walk out of there and be like, all right, I guess I'll look at my phone. Oh fuck, how long is this going to go on for?
Right.
But it's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X made me meeting at one point. Don't you think? Let's go historical with it.
Say it again.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King meeting. They
Sure.
met at one point.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And
Pioneers of the civil rights movement.
Which one is Malcolm X and which one's Martin Luther King?
Martin Luther King.
I don't really think
That's not Martin Luther?
the analogy doesn't work.
No.
doesn't-
He's so bad at analogies. Let him keep going with this. It's going to get funnier as it goes on.
Yeah. Okay, let me go with more analogies.
He's like, this is if Hitler's and Goebbels had to hang out off the work site.
Why one of those is right.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that just 1 month after that podcast, when Santino needs to promote an upcoming show, he somehow forgets all about this and suddenly is friends with Rogan again, shamelessly showing up on his podcast like nothing ever happened, which means either Joe doesn't know about what happened or he's pretending not to know in order to keep their relationship stable and not get anything mixed up. On the other hand, Schulz can just sit back and watch all of this fake behavior. He never missed a chance to talk about how shocked and pissed he is.
Like if I'm sitting down with a comedian, right, and like this is why I don't fuck with a lot of them, is like if you immediately start talking shit about your co-host to me when I'm sitting down with you, like I got to start questioning your integrity a little bit. It's like
Right
that's
away.
your boy. Like why
Right
are you
away.
shit talking your boy to me?
Later in the podcast, he once again hinted at the situation with Santino, trying slightly to turn Rogan against him. He said that Santino made a very bad move with the episode featuring Mark Maron, because now, when there's a wave of hate pouring over Rogan, Santino is distancing himself from him, maybe to protect himself, but he doesn't realize that one day, if the same thing happens to him, Joe would stand behind him and would always lend him a hand.
And then I think that there's like people on another level up, we were saying earlier, that are like seeing these like people talk shit about it and they're getting concerned that it could like negatively impact them in a way. So they're doing this like, it's the most pussy shit. They're like trying to create a little distance, not too much where they can't call you and say, "Hey, I got a
Oh, you mean Andrew Santino?
Yeah, like not too much where it's like, "Oh, I'd like to come on your pod, but I'll have a guy who's gonna shit on you for the whole fucking episode and not give you pushback." It's like, and it's not just him. Like I've seen other people do it, and it's just like, dude, you're gonna go through some cancel shit later. All these guys, they're gonna go through something later, and they had a guy that they could call that would bring them on the biggest platform in the world and let them explain themselves, have their back. Like you will do it.
I would still do that with Santino.
Of course
He's my
you would.
boy.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
I love him.
He's a
He just-
fucking
he
amazing
just-
hang. That was a bad move. That was a bad move, in my opinion.
He felt like, look, Mark is irrelevant. He's yelling these things out. Like, let him rant. Everyone's going to know what he's doing. But I don't think everybody on the outside
They
does,
don't.
because they don't know comedy. They don't
They
know
don't.
the business.
And it
they
looks
think
like you're
oh,
co-signing it all. And it looks like that you're okay with this. And I'm fine with you having him on. Like I would have Maron on, but we're gonna go at it. Like
Yeah. He would
Akash
never-
calls him
he
out.
would never do it.
Akash calls
He
him
would
out every
never
single
do it.
episode. He's just like, "Come on, you
Yeah.
pussy, let's talk."
Yeah, you ain't shit.
Yeah,
I
so
saw
it's
that.
like, yeah, but also defend your boy, and that's also important because at a baseline, people don't want to see people abandon their friends at like a baseline
Right.
human thing.
We can see a difference in the way they each view the situation. While Joe plays it off like it's no big deal, Schulz reacts like he's personally involved, like someone took a shot at his own family. In Andrew's eyes, Joe is just this amazing guy who's helped everyone out. Like he's done so much good that people should basically bow down to him, ride for him, and defend him no matter what. Joe has done a lot for people, absolutely, no one's denying that. But the problem is, Andrew kind of ignores everything else. He doesn't really acknowledge any of the reasons people might might be upset with Rogan, or why some comedians might want to stay out of the drama. Instead, he just keeps saying the same stuff over and over again. How Rogan made all these comics millionaires, how they turned their backs on him, how they betrayed their friend when things got rough. It's like every time he brings it up, it's the same speech. And yeah, we get it. Rogan helped a ton of people, but he fails to realize that the world has changed since then. Back in the day, being linked with Rogan could make your career. Now it can actually mess with your image. People online love to twist things and go after people even slightly connected to him. So while Andrew's clearly coming from a low place, he's defending his friend. He's kind of missing how complicated it really is. No one's ready to throw themselves into the fire just to prove loyalty, especially in today's cancel culture world.